Yo, it is the 3rd of November 2025. And that means one thing and one thing only. We have 2 months left of 2025 before 2026 is right around the corner. And look, you have your vision, you have your dream, and we both know how it feels to see the days, the weeks, and the months go by without actually seeing real progress towards your goal. But look, you're tired of not being able to put down your phone and stop scrolling. You're tired of just procrastinating even though you know you want to be successful. And that's what hurts. So if you're serious about actually making a change and achieving your goals and becoming that person that you know you want to be by the end of these 2 months, then put this video on full screen. And I'm going to share the 5-step framework that is going to change your life. And this framework is so powerful that it is literally going to make it so hard for you to not achieve your goals and become that person. But part number 5 is the most important part, but it also doesn't make sense without the previous ones. So press full screen and let's begin. Part number 1, the wake up moment. This is your wake-up call. Not tomorrow, not next week, not in 5 years, right now, as of this moment. Now, I want you to do one thing. I want you to stop lying to yourself. I want you to take your life seriously. So for 1 second, stop pretending that you're working on it. Stop pretending that you're making progress when your life stays the same. Now, you have exactly 2 months left to finish this year strong, to do the things you know you have to do to get to the next step. And that includes mastering discipline, mastering consistency, and mastering focus. So I want you to pick up your journal over here and I want you to write down your top 5 goals for the next 2 months. What are the 5 things that you always knew you wanted to achieve? And those are the things we are going to focus on. Now, after writing that down, I want you to write down another list of 5 things that you know for a fact that these are holding you back. If you didn't have these things in your life would be better, you would be more disciplined, more consistent, and more focused. And now after that, write down 5 things that you need to do to get to those goals that you set for yourself. What are the non-negotiable actions that you have to take every day to get to the next step? To make the money, to achieve what you want to achieve, to build a business, to build your life, to build your physique, to build your mindset, and become the person you want to become. Because the truth is, I know how bad it feels to say you want to be successful and then play video games. You know, feel that shame that you're not able to stop scrolling, that shame that you're not able to do the things you have to do to get to the next step. Because I know you were destined for more. I know you want more. You want to achieve great things. So no more avoiding the truth. Write everything down in your journal and let's make it happen. And once you've done that, let's move on to part number 2, the identity flip. Your results come from who you think you are. And chances are right now, you are the person who watches life happen. You're almost like a spectator in your own life. Somebody who tries but doesn't finish. Somebody who just blames circumstances. Somebody who sees themselves as the victim. Now, the goal here, the thing that is going to change everything is to flip your identity. This is called identity shifting. This is also something we teach inside our community, Discipline OS. I'll talk more about that later. Now, the idea here is to become the person who doesn't wait, to become the person who executes and takes their life seriously. So firstly, I want you to look in the mirror and just ask yourself, am I the person who deserves their dream life? And the answer here might be no. And if that's the case, you need to change who you are so you can become the person who deserves all the success, all the dreams that they set for themselves. Because once you are that person, nothing else matters. You will achieve your goals and you won't be able to slip up. But the harsh truth is, if you don't have this identity, what is going to happen is you're always going to be inconsistent. You're always going to slip up. You're always going to have a good streak and then break the streak and fall back into bad habits, old ways, and just the life that you know you don't want to live. So I've said this before, let me say it again. Your dream life is over here and your self-image is over here. There is no way that you can achieve and build your dream life until you actually just level up your self-image, shift your identity, and become the person who achieves the goals that they have. All right, so that takes me to part number 3, the dopamine detox reset. Look, chances are you are addicted to scrolling, to distraction, to the tiny hits of dopamine that just keep you distracted every day. Even though your dreams are out there, even though you still have these visions, you still have these things that you want to achieve. But the good news is all that ends right now. So what we want to do right now is do a dopamine detox reset. That means 1 day, 2 days, no scrolling, no phone, no mindless browsing, no distractions. Because this is the time to regain focus, to reclaim your energy, to feel what it feels like to actually be a useful and productive person, to be able to gain control over your mind, over the person you are becoming, because that is where you are able to just build your dream life. And I know for a fact this is not going to be easy, but it is necessary. And it's so hard to just hit the reset button and do the dopamine detox that is going to just clear up our minds, reset, and just let us be our best selves. But the truth is, we have to hit that reset button from time to time. We have to dopamine detox and just stop this endless cycle of stimulation, because otherwise our focus is just going to suffer. We're going to not feel good about ourselves. And when there's so much distraction, it's just hard to build. It's hard to focus on work, focus on building a business, building up a YouTube channel, just doing what you want to do. And that's the thing. For such a long time, I struggled with focus. I couldn't focus. And then I asked myself, what am I doing to train focus? And the answer was nothing. The thing is, you can train having a short attention span just as much as you can train having a long attention span. Most of us have been training distraction for a long time. And obviously, you know that what you train, you become good at. So if you train distraction, you become good at distracting yourself. If you train focus, you become good at focus. And that's why I always advocate for just hitting the reset button, doing a dopamine detox, just not looking at a screen for 1 day, for 2 days, and just creating this space. Because otherwise it's just so easy to get overwhelmed, to just, you know, feel like so much is on your plate. There's so much information, there's so many ideas, and you can't think clearly because you don't have the space to. So what I did today was I slept for 9 hours. I woke up at 8:30. I took the car, drove to the beach. I didn't take my phone, didn't open my phone, didn't check my phone. I read this book over here. A really awesome book, by the way. And I came back home at like 1:30. So that's 9 hours of sleep plus another 5 hours without a screen. That's 14 hours with no stimulation. And when I came back, when I checked my phone afterwards, I didn't feel guilty. I didn't feel bad. I felt good. I felt productive. I felt focused. So right now it is 5:41 and I'm recording this video. Today was a productive day. I was focused. I was laser sharp. I knew what I had to do. No more procrastination, nothing. I don't even want to go on my phone because I've trained my mind to not want to go on my phone. You see, what you do at the beginning, the way you start your day, is always going to be how your day finishes and continues. If you start your day and the first thing you do is hit a vape, the first thing you do is go on your phone, the first thing you do is eat junk food, just watch a movie, your brain is going to want to do those things more. So instead, what we want to do is we want to rewire our dopamine systems, rebuild our reward systems, so we can love doing the things that are good for us and hate doing the things that are bad for us. I'll put it like this. If you have a functioning dopamine system, if you have a healthy dopamine system, you are not going to need to force yourself to do the good habits, to read, to journal, to meditate, to exercise, to go outside, to do something productive. And you're not going to need to force yourself to stay away from the bad habits and pull yourself away from all the things that are not good for you. The things like lust, like entertainment, like scrolling, like wasting your time, procrastinating. And that's what discipline is all about. Discipline isn't about just having such a hard time and forcing yourself to do everything and doing everything that you hate and having a miserable life. Discipline is about having fun. It's about enjoying your life. It's about training your mind to love the work that you do, to love the life that you're living, the path that you're on. Because otherwise, what is the point if you just are miserable all the time? So part number 3, dopamine detox reset. It's going to change your life. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just 24 hours, maybe 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever's best for you. Dopamine detox, no screen, no entertainment, nothing. Just you, yourself, your thoughts, and the reset. And trust me, you're going to want to write this down because it is going to make you feel amazing. And now dopamine detoxing is awesome, but we need a system. And that's where part number 4 comes in. Part number 4, non-negotiable systems. You see, motivation is fleeting. Systems are sustainable. If you don't have the right systems, it's going to be hard to just create sustainable success. So what we want to do here for the end of the year is we have 2 months left. We got November, December, and then we have 2026. So every day counts. We want to build routines. We want to focus on non-negotiable rules, focus on daily habits that make success automatic. We want to prioritize consistency over intensity. And we want to prioritize action over feeling. And if you do what I'm about to tell you, then results will become automatic. The results won't even depend on luck anymore. And your future self is going to thank you. So I'm going to show you the system that I use in my personal life that all of the members inside Discipline OS have implemented. And basically this is split up into the 3-step framework. Number 1 is the short-term blueprint. Number 2 is the medium-term blueprint. And number 3 is the long-term blueprint. So the long-term blueprint includes everything that you want to achieve in the next 5 to 10 years. This is the long-term vision. This isn't something you can do right now, but it is something that you can achieve doing a certain number of tasks for the long term. So for me, that could be something like 1 million subs on YouTube, this and that, and all these big visions and goals. And I can't spawn these subscribers. I can't just click a button and get 1 million subscribers. And these are things that take time. These are things that take action and implementation over a long period of time in order to come into place. And that's why we need the medium-term blueprint. This includes a 6-month action plan of the things you want to achieve that are more achievable in the near future. So this could be something as simple as, I want to read 20 books in the next 6 months. I want to write my first book in the next 6 months. I want to grow the YouTube channel, scale it to 300,000 subscribers. I want to run a marathon. I want to do this, to do that. And these are still visions. These are still dreams and goals, but these are things that you can actively work towards. And that's where short-term blueprints come in. And that is basically everything you can do on a day-to-day basis in order to fuel your medium-term visions, which eventually translate into you being able to achieve the long-term vision. So just to make it simple, it goes like this. We have short-term, medium-term, long-term. Short-term blueprint is everything I can do today. That could be filming a video, editing a YouTube video, writing scripts, writing in my journal, reading a book, going out for a run, for a jog, exercising, sleeping early, waking up on time. And these are all the habits that are going to get me to be able to achieve the medium-term visions or goals. And the medium-term blueprint just creates a framework that is easy to follow. It's easy for me to track progress, to see that I'm actually achieving my goals. I'm actually getting closer to where I want to be. And that checkpoint right in the middle is so important because it bridges the short-term things you can do on a day-to-day basis with the final goal and the final outcome that you want to achieve. So let me take an example. If you want to be a professional day trader, that is the long-term blueprint. Let's say I want to make millions day trading. So that is over here. You can't just spawn that. You can't just automatically become good overnight. No, that is why you have a short-term action plan that is going to take you to the long-term vision. The big mountain, the big goal, the big outcome that you want to achieve, it is made and built through consistent steps every single day, through consistent things you can do. So one amazing way you can do this is by using the principle of macro patience and micro urgency. So macro patience means that you are patient in the grand scheme of things. You're patient with the 5-year goal, the 10-year goal. And it doesn't matter to you how long it takes. It doesn't matter if results take a while to come, because you're patient. You have this long-term vision. You can see things clearly. And then micro urgency is the sense of urgency with your daily tasks. You don't procrastinate every day because you know how important these micro steps are. You know that the 10 minutes that you read in the morning every single day, it isn't going to automatically make you a millionaire, but it is the stepping stone that is going to get you to where you want to be. Or for example, the 10 minutes of journaling every day, the 10-minute meditation, the healthy meal, the running, the jogging, the stretching, the sleeping early, all of these things that you need to do, they're not going to automatically teleport you to your goal, but what they are going to do, they're going to build self-confidence. They're going to build self-trust. They are stacking wins in your favor. And every win you stack is a vote for the person you could become. Whether or not you achieve your goals is dependent on how many wins can you stack over the years. The more wins you stack, the more you are voting for your new identity. The more you are getting this transformation out of the way, you are becoming a new person, you are shifting your identity and upgrading your self-image, so you are already the person who achieves their goals. So non-negotiable systems is what is going to change your life. The way we do that is by splitting our life into short-term blueprint, the medium-term blueprint, and the long-term blueprint. So number one, identify your long-term goal, the vision for your future, everything you want to achieve from a grand perspective. And then identify the more realistic goals that you can achieve in the medium term, and then identify every single little step that you need to take in order to get to the goal. And that is the blueprint that is going to change your life. That is what I've been using for the past 2 years. And now let's move on to part number 5, the 60-day master plan. 2 months, 60 days, that is all you get. So right now we need to set crystal clear goals. We need to track progress, no fluff, no excuses. Every day must have a purpose. Every action must move you closer to the life you promise yourself. Now this is going to be the master plan. Week number 1 to 2, we're going to focus on detox, focus, and structure. Week 3 to 6, we are going to execute relentlessly and track daily wins. And week 7 to 8, review, adjust, and finish stronger than ever. And if you follow this plan step by step, then you will reach your goals. You will enter 2026 with the momentum that is going to make everything easy. But the problem is, if you don't, then you're going to repeat the same story, the same bad habits, the same life, and you're going to be stuck in the same place. So I'm going to go over a summary of pretty much the whole master plan. So in the first 2 weeks, we want a dopamine detox. We want to cut out phones, cut out distractions, just focus on removing anything that is obstructing your success. We want to focus on deep work, having those 5 hours every day where you focus on work, focus on your business, you're studying, whatever you're working on. without distractions. No extra tabs. Close tabs, close notifications, silence your phone, close your phone, put it in another room. And this brings me to structure. Structure is what is gonna take you to the next step. So me personally, I write everything down on a whiteboard, everything I have to do. I don't leave anything to chance. I have push-ups, all the habits, meditating, gratitude, everything I wanna do, as well as the main needle-moving action plans. So this means that it doesn't matter if I don't know what to do. I just turn around, I look at the whiteboard, and I see, okay, I have this task, I need to do this, I need to do this. And then I get the satisfaction of progress from just checking things off and removing things from the to-do list. And that is exactly what you want. You want the structure to be able to create the consistent identity that is going to take you to where you want to be. Now, week 3 and 6, continuing this momentum, it is all about tracking daily wins, creating a habit tracker for yourself, and understanding what you're going to do. Don't dwell on the past. Don't dwell on mistakes. Forget the bad habits. Forget just the times you slipped up. We want to focus on momentum. We want to focus on tracking daily wins, tracking your progress, and knowing that you are on the right path. Because this level of progress and tracking is going to motivate you even more. It is going to make you feel even better about yourself. And that is exactly what we want for week 3 to 6. And now week 7 to 8, we want to review, take the feedback we've gotten, and adjust. So we want to finish stronger than ever, take all the momentum, all the things learned, all the data, all the feedback, and understand what is your weak point, what is your strong point, what are the things that you struggle implementing, what are the things that you're good at, what are the things that you're terrible at, and then you work from there. So if you know for a fact that your phone is your biggest distraction, then your number one priority should be removing your phone, putting it somewhere else, distancing yourself from it. If you know that Gmail, opening your emails and like checking random things is your main distraction, then you want to change environments. Put yourself in a place where you can't be distracted. So to sum everything up, over the next 2 months, what you want to do, identify your 5 goals, identify what is blocking you, what is impeding your growth, and you're going to want to remove and eliminate all of those things. And then finally, you want to identify what are the 5 things that matter the most, that if you do these 5 things, then you are going to reach your goal. Identify your goals, remove the things that are blocking you, the things that are in your way, and identify what is going to take you to the goal so you can take those steps every day. And to make it easier, we implement all of this with structure. Take a whiteboard, write down all of your goals, everything you want to do, all of the things you have in your mind, and keep it right at your desk so you can see it all the time, so you can have visual cues and triggers that are going to remind you and hold you accountable. Now, if you want to lock everything in and unlock access to a growing community of ambitious and driven people, and if you also want to get access to the blueprints for discipline, consistency, and focus, then click the link in the description box below. You're going to land on my website. There's a video over there. It's super short. Watch that video. It explains everything. And then after that, you'll see everything else. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.